Come on, bud. Come on. Oh, is it a good shot? On the ball. Hey, Brandon with K9 Training Camp here. I'm actually out here with another tips and trick videos for you. This one's not more about training, but more about ways that you can really help corral your dog when you are training, especially if they're not focusing right. So I've had a lot of people asking me lately, especially in trainings, when they have a dog that may be destructive or may just not be focusing right, about things they can do to get their dog under control. Bring it here, bud. Drop it. Good. Things they can do to get their dog under control and get them to focus a little bit better. And I got to say that a lot of the times it comes down to just getting proper exercise. I got to tell you, there's a lot of the times when I go to people's houses, and especially if I have a dog that's got a lot of destructive behavior on them, I go in there and I kind of find out more about their day-to-day lives. What happens, what's going on, and they'll be like, oh, my dog's jumping up, my dog is just generally not listening to me, and he's chewing up furniture while I'm gone, or chewing up toys, chewing up socks. Even in my house, one time a while ago, Hero, who you see playing fetch over there, he ate a pair of my wife's glasses one time. Weirdest thing, just ate them. And a lot of that has to do with boredom. And a lot of that has to do with how much exercise he's getting. Usually if you got a dog that's nice and worn out, he's not going to be giving you a lot of problems because he's going to be too tired to want to get up and do those stuff. Not all the time, but it's going to help go a long way, especially if you got a really active breed like a Lab or a German Shepherd or any other dog that's used to running and playing, and their whole job is to be up and active instead of being a couch potato. You'd actually probably be pretty surprised how much the behavior of your dog will change once he's pretty well exhausted to the level they should be. If you got a dog like a Lab, he's going to need at least half an hour to an hour of exercise a day, which brings me to a couple points. When you're going to get a puppy, as much as I really encourage you to go to rescues and pick out a dog that suits you well, you need to make sure you do your best to find out that dog's personality. Either hire a trainer like myself, find out more about their background, find out what type of dog they are, spend some time really focusing with the dog. And if you got a dog who's bouncing around, going crazy on first sighting, you can pretty much guarantee that dog is going to need a lot of exercise throughout the day. And if your life is not the type of life that is willing to go to the dog park or willing to go outside, willing to play fetch, willing to play tug of war, a lot of the hours of the day, that dog might just not be right for you. I'm not saying that you can't make changes, but I want you to really, I would really encourage you to do some research and really take stock of yourself when you're going to get a new puppy as to your lifestyle compared to the lifestyle that the dog is going to need as they grow up. You wouldn't even believe how many dogs are returned to Saving Paws Animal Rescue, who I partner with, that they don't take into account that dog's personality, that dog's amount of hyperness, and they go, man, this dog is really aggressive, really destructive, really high energy, and I just can't handle it. Well, that's something that should have been thought about beforehand. And I'm not knocking anybody that does it. I'm just saying that I would really strongly encourage you to make sure to do your research. Make sure you understand what you're getting into before you get the dog. A dog like this one, Dinah, she comes over about every day during the weekday, sometimes on the weekends. Dinah, if I leave her inside and I'm not playing with her throughout the day, she gets crazy. She gets insane, and she wants to chew stuff up. Hero, bring here. So we come outside a lot, and we play. We play fetch. We play tug of war. If you ever drop the ball at my feet, come on. There you go. Good job. Good job. We play a lot. It gives her a chance to burn out this energy. It gives my dog a chance to interact with other dogs, and it gives them everything they need throughout the day to remain focused. It doesn't have to be big stuff either. I mean, we live in Wisconsin. It gets cold outside. Some people aren't willing to come out in the 10, 20 degree weather and just stay outside and play fetch all day. So inside, I mean, dogs can get really aggressive, play tug of war, wrestle around. There's a lot of stuff you can do to burn that energy off. You'll notice that the more the dog is going to be a lot more likely to listen once that energy is burnt off. You just got to find a way to make your dog get the exercise it needs, and that's up to you. That's where, when I go into a home and I'm doing a training session, I'm going to evaluate their living situation and say, hey, you don't like going outside too much, so you got to find some way inside to burn off that energy. Tug of war is a really good one, especially if you got a high energy aggressive dog. Get a nice big rope. They're available at the Dollar Tree. $1 gets you a big rope that lasts. I mean, shoot, we've had ours for about 6 months now. We just bought a new one just because the dogs love playing with it so much. They're $1. It's a great investment to play with. That energy will get burned off very, very easily if you just take that little investment in $1 and a little bit of time. Just a little bit of time throughout the day will really help your dog go a long way. This also goes for people who kennel throughout the day. A lot of dogs do a very good job sitting 8 hours in the kennel when you're at work, and that's fine. I mean, obviously not ideal, but it works out for some people's lives and some people's dogs when they're trained to kennel. But when you get home, you really need to make sure that you realize that your dog has been locked up for 8 hours. You need to make sure that you know that your dog has had nowhere to put that energy. Some dogs build up anxiety because they have no place to put the energy. They just don't know what to do with themselves. And when they're finally let out, they want to play. They want to wrestle. They want to roughhouse. That's the dog's drive. It's their nature. They really need an outlet for that energy. And if they're just sitting in there all day and then you're not giving them the attention that they need, they're going to get really, really aggressive. They're going to get really, really hyped up. And I don't mean aggressive like they're going to bite. They're going to be angry. But aggressive as in they want to play. They want to jump up. They want to expend some of that energy. And you need to make sure to take the time. Make sure you think about that before you purchase a dog or rescue a dog. You need to think about the time and energy that you're going to put into that dog when you get home, when you've been working all day and you're tired. Your dog is going to want to play. And your dog is going to want to spend time with you and do something to help burn that energy after it's been sitting all day. I would also encourage you to use that time to train your dog. Use it as a training session when they're ready and they're eager and they're ready to learn. Sometimes they're overexcited and a little bit restless. It makes it harder to train. Maybe take 5 minutes and burn off that energy and turn that energy around to a training session. Maybe you're working on sit. Maybe you're working on stay, play. Mental energy, expending mental energy does a lot to work out your dog as well. You'd be very surprised how much just half an hour of doing sit, stay, come and practicing that and then throwing a ball will wear your dog out faster than you would even believe. That being said, let me talk about working your dog out mentally. Physically, your dog working out is very important. But there's a lot of stuff you can do to help wear your dog out by mentally working them out. There are these little games that you can play by, balls with one little hole in them that you can fill up with treats and roll it. So that way when your dog paws at it and rolls it, a little treat pops out. Not only does this help them do problem solving, working that kind of stuff out, but it's using their brain. It's letting them get that mental exercise that they may not get sitting in their kennel or just running. It lets them use their brain, get smarter, and helps them to problem solve a little bit. I think you'd be very surprised to find out how far that exactly goes using those mental games to not only train, but to wear your dog out. Just do some combinations. Have good dog, sorry, I got my dogs playing over here. Have some time where you do some sit, stay, throw the ball, and make them realize it. They got to stay. There's a lot of different ways you can train that. I would say also, if you have a hard time, or your dog has a hard time doing that, consult a trainer like the Canine Training Camp. I'm sure if you're in the Fox Cities area, you can look me up. I'll leave my contact information below, and I can help you develop a training plan that would successfully work for your dog. All it's going to take is a little work on your part. A lot of times people call trainers and they expect them to be able to work miracles in one session. It's not how most dog trainers work. They can build a plan and they can get your dog where they need to be, but especially if you're just having a trainer come in once a week or once a month, you're going to have to follow through with the homework and you're going to have to do the things that the trainer recommends because, we only spend a little bit of time with them. And a lot of that's going to fall on you guys. It's going to follow on the dog owners, every single one of you, to say, hey, if your dog needs the exercise throughout the day to learn and get where we need to be, you need to be providing that exercise. Prices get a lot more expensive if your dog comes to a facility and stays there. And, we can do a great job training your dog here with our facility and to everything we do. And you can learn from my voice and learn our routines. But the second we send that dog back to you, unless you continue that training, that dog's going to regress very, very quickly. So really, it comes down to you, each and every one of you, making sure you're doing the right things with your dog. Because if you're not, that's where you guys are going to get those problems. That's where you're going to get that aggressive and really, really excited behavior that they won't listen to you, because they just want to get out that aggression. They want to get out that play. They want to get out that energy that's been pent up. And to tell you what, that frustrates more people than anything else. Training can go a long way, but if your dog's just full of energy with no place to put it, they aren't going to listen to you worth a darn. You know, that this could also be a time where you may have to evaluate and see what exactly your needs are for the dog. I know I'm kind of probably a little bit biased, but you can find a place like Canine Training Camp, like my place, where you can drop off your dog for the day and not have to worry about it. And they'll go home tired. They'll go home exhausted. I'm sure there's a lot of people watching this video right now who's sent your dogs to me. And that, you know, that most of the time when your dog leaves from our facility, they're tired. It's because we're in the backyard, throwing balls, chasing dogs, playing tug of war, wrestling around. And I mean, there are some exceptions to that. We got a couple dogs with us now who are very timid. They're inside right now with Shannon. They're timid. They don't want to play with the dogs. And so, you know what? Our job is to socialize them. That's what we do here. We do a very good job at it. And, you know, I got a lot of clients who will completely agree with that. They see the turnaround. Just drop your dog off for a day and you won't have to worry about it. They'll get their energy. They'll get their energy completely worked out. They'll get their brains worked out. They have a lot of fun. They get a lot of socialization here. Socialization goes a long way for burning energy. Dogs have to keep up with other dogs, who then try to keep up with them, who then try to keep up with the other dogs, and they work each other up, and before you know it, they're tired. They just want to sleep. So find yourself a good facility that does really good supervision. Don't let your dogs just wander around, and they take the time, they play with your dog. They don't charge you extra to socialize your dog or burn the energy. Bring them to a good place. Make sure that you can walk through their facility. Make sure that you can check and see and let you meet everybody who's going to work there and who's going to be very transparent with you. We do that at my facility, but, you know, I assume this video is not going to be viewed by just people in Wisconsin. But find a facility that does it. And if you need help, give me a call and I can look into some of the facilities for you that are out there. I try to avoid some of the bigger box facilities, the bigger warehouse facilities. Won't mention any names, but just stay with somebody who you can trust. The Rover app is a very good one. I actually work with the Rover app, so people can find me a little bit easier. But look into things like that. Look into people who know how to burn your dog's energy, who have a good track record with really good background check, and who have good reviews. Listen to other dog owners. You know, if you got a dog owner that said, yeah, this guy, he didn't pay attention, or they just stuck my dog in a big room and that was it for the day, might not be the place for you. But if you can say, hey, all the reviews of this person says my dog was happy, healthy out of there, and there were no problems, it's going to be where you want to go. So again, work your dog out. Make sure they get their energy burnt. Make sure you have a lot of fun with them. If you're getting frustrated with training, call a professional. Let us help figure out what's going on. But keep it positive. Always keep it as positive as possible. As positive as your dog's going to let you. That's my rule. Keep it positive. Have fun. You got a dog because you wanted to have fun with your dog, not because you just wanted to sit there and be lazy. And if you did want to sit there and be lazy, make sure to get something like a Great Pyrenees, or something like just a big dog like a Saint Bernard. Love you, Molly. Saint Bernard that's going to go and be lazy for you. Don't get a dog like a Lab or a German Shepherd or a Rhodesian Ridgeback or any of those dogs that are just going to be really excited and just want to run everywhere. Put a little focus into what kind of dog you get. Don't just pick one up because you think it's cute. Make sure it's going to fit your lifestyle. And yeah, all right. Thank you guys very much. And again, if you want more tips and tricks, you can get a hold of me. My contact information will be below. And you can always visit my website at www.foxvalleyctc, that's Charlie Tango Charlie.com. So foxvalleyctc.com, or you can visit my Facebook page at facebook.com/canine training camp. And you can get a hold of me very quick there. One of my team will get a hold of you if you message us on there. And thank you very much. Look forward to hearing from you.